Okay, yes. Wow. Yeah, feeling a bit under the weather, lads. But what is going on? Welcome to building your lineups or building members lineups, episode 3, but in a live setting. What's going on, lads? Ben, Brad, in very early. Yes, what's going on, lads? Hope you're all doing super well. Die Gamer only for member stream. The stream itself won't be for members, if that makes sense, but me building lineups will be for members, if that makes sense. So the stream will stay public, but I will only be building, lineups of members basically. But yeah, you're more than welcome to watch, of course, and hang out. 100%. I'm not turning the stream into a members only stream in that sense. You know, it's open. Zelay, how you doing, mate? Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. But yeah, lads, we've got a cheeky little international break, haven't we, to look forward to? I'm just going to have a look at what games we've actually got going on. I know there's La Liga 2 happening as well. So Wednesday, single game Israel-Switzerland. And then we've got the main bulk of games then on that Thursday. So you've got Australia with a bit of utility, which is nice. Japan, which could be a big fixture. Thailand play China. Qatar. Saudi play Pakistan. Got Cyprus, Spain, Bulgaria, Hungary, Azerbaijan, Sweden. That should be a decent game for Sweden, I'd hope. Georgia, Scotland. Won't be an easy game, that. Estonia, Austria, Montenegro, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Bosnia, Liechtenstein, Portugal. Guessing that Portugal lineup's going to be really tough. Slovakia, Iceland, Bolivia, Peru, Venezuela, Ecuador. And then on that Friday for me, this is UK time, we've got Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, and Chile, Paraguay, all the South Americans. So, yeah, you know, it's an interesting game week. It's only a small one in that sense. There's not that many teams or nations playing. If we go over to like what we've got going on prize pool wise, I mean, you know, everything's going to be pretty slim as far as, you know, what you can win and stuff. But, you know, if you plan for these game weeks, and they can be quite fruitful, to be honest. I tend to try and buy under 23 play. Like I play under 23 quite sort of rigorously, but I also try and double up. So if my under 23 player also plays for his national team, i.e. Enzo Fernandez, obviously Vinny, Rodrigo, you know, the sort of upper echelon of under 23 lads, you know, obviously play for their national team as well, which is great. You have that double utility, which is something I look for. You don't have, like, that's not a necessity of being successful in Sorare, but it's just something that keeps me entertained during the international game weeks, as I'm sure you guys look to do as well. What we got? Tommaso, what's going on, mate? I'm doing well, thank you, mate. I'm doing very well. Travelled back from Liverpool this morning. Went to watch Liverpool-Brentford yesterday. Took one of my best friends to the game, which was class. Big thanks to Sorare for allowing me to do that. But yeah, no, I'm good, feeling good. Yeah, the travel sort of, is it a jet lag? It's not a jet lag because I'm not taking a jet, but there's definitely a travel sort of sickness related to just being out, leaving my bedroom. But yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good, mate. Congrats on the under 23 rewards. I really appreciate that, mate. Honestly, lads, I had a bit of a belt. I mean, it's not over yet, so we don't know what's gonna sort of, well, where we're gonna end up. But right now, we're 11th in under 23 Rare Plus. Obviously, gutted to see the Balde was on the bench. I was at the Liverpool game I found out, and how could I be mad? I was at Anfield. Like, I couldn't be mad that the Balde weren't starting. I had a good feeling he would come on. Obviously, didn't really do much in that sense. You know, I wasn't probably going to win it unless I would have played one of my really strong super rares instead of him, but I was never really going to do that. So I don't really have any regrets in that sense. Yeah, I probably would have scraped maybe 4th, maybe 3rd, maybe even 2nd, but I definitely wouldn't want it. I definitely wouldn't have won it. So, you know, I'm not like incredibly butthurt, but I am a little bit. But we'll definitely, if we can stay in the tier 1 pool, we're projected 12th. And 13th is the lowest tier 1. So if we can stay in the tier 1s, that would be absolutely amazing. This is probably a lineup I'm a little bit more pissed off at. Lucas Piton in a 2-1 win scored 15 points, lads. If we have a look at Piton's most recent scores, they haven't been exceptional, right? But they've just been consistent. Like, he hasn't scored this bad for like 10 games. Vasco on a bit of a win streak, I guess. You know, 3 wins in 3. Before that, a little draw away from home. They lost a couple before that. But, you know, he's been doing pretty well. And you know what? They have that has coincided with 2 clean sheets. So, you take away 10 points from either of these scores. They're not great scores, but they're good for cap mode. I'm not going to win any divisions with 54s and 52s, but it helps for winning the threshold and whatever. And obviously I've won the threshold, but if Piton actually played half decent, I would have won the whole thing. I was 60 points away. Like, if he would have got an assist, which he's very well capable of, attacking fullback obviously wasn't meant to be, but could have easily finished second there, 44 points away. I needed 61 points. He has like a 13% bonus as well, so I would have probably needed to hit 53 points flat, which is annoying, but it is what it is. The rest of the boys showed up. Timber, Greenwood, Moran, Gaten Cook. Igor Leszczuk looks like he's the number 1 starter at Dynamo now, which is absolutely huge. I was 10 points away here from a reward. Charlie, what's going on, mate? Kerry, Johnny, what is going on? Sam says, how's the Road to Glory doing? I'll be showing you how good the Road to Glory is doing after this now, because we've had an absolute belter week. I don't think we haven't hit a threshold or a card in 13 game weeks for the Road to Glory, but it all changes this week, lads. I'll show you in a minute. Under 23 Super was decent. Brennan got us off to a flying start. Have a look at this, by the way. Zaidu Youssef, 35 AA, gave away a penalty and still managed to score me a positive score, which is ridiculous. Bithorse, what's going on, mate? And then we've got, the Excelsior boys who conceded pretty late, which was gutting. Labrovic with a nice AA. I knew he wouldn't keep a clean sheet. It's home to Dynamo, but he kind of did what I expected him to kind of do as far as AA wise. And then, lads, look at this. Under 23 Limited, we've won our first reward for the Road to Glory. We're absolutely buzzing. I can't lie. 4 decisives. Eccles with the lowest score. Just under Klein Hansel, who obviously won the pen, but he had a minus AA, I think. Yeah, minus 6 AA. 3-2 loss. Drioet with a goal. Madsen with a goal. And then Kamplat with a massive, massive clean sheet for us. This was annoying as well. Obviously, it's easy to say, but Rodrigo in here instead of Balde would have been obviously optimal, right? 1 super rare. But obviously wasn't meant to be. Bazunu obviously can't keep a clean sheet to save his life. Cardona conceded late. Zaya Emery with just a decent AA score, obviously no decisive, and then Caceres with something decent. This is the worst lineup I think I've ever put out ever, as far as scores go. Even though they were all at home, well, both the teams were at home, Uara and Lecce, both with tough fixtures, so I wasn't really expecting the will from that. Buzzing with this though, to grab a rare threshold. I haven't won a rare threshold in a long, long time. Cap 220 was a bit of a throwaway, but Ika Alvarez, by the way, it shows he played in this game, but he didn't. He played in the Villarreal 2 game, and they kept a clean sheet. He's back in the team, it looks like. And they kept a clean sheet, so I'm buzzing for him. And then he has some international utility with Andorra. And then we won the cap, lads. We won the cap at Limited. We won the cap at every level, Limited, Rare, and Super Rare, which is the first time I've ever done that. And obviously, like Charlie alluded to there, gutted that... gutted about this Magnus Madsen score. Have a look at this. 100 in Academy. Thiesterlinger with a goal as well. The guy's on absolute flames right now. But this Madsen score hurts a little bit. Away to 20, 2 assists, 50 AA is absolutely insane. Madsen is honestly on flames right now, lads. Have a look at this start of the season. L5 of 72. Look at those scores, by the way. 100, 60, 81, 35, 82, 63, 45, 45, 100. 29, 60, 81. He's had an unbelievable start to the season. Mohamed's become a member. Lads, welcome him into the member section. Mohamed, I really appreciate you becoming a member, mate. There should be a Discord link for you to join if you do have Discord. Just after you've sort of become a member. And Discord is where it's all sort of going down as far as keeping you up to date with what we're doing as far as the streams go, the members, scouting sessions and all that good stuff. So I appreciate you, Mohammed, becoming a member. You're eligible to get your lineups checked out this for this stream and forever, until you're not a member. So sorry lads if that was a bit loud. One of my lights just fell off the table, which is great. Tommaso, are you going to give away the reward from under 23? Yes, I will, but at the end of the season, Tommaso. I'm not doing it week by week anymore. I've decided to collate them all. Use the rewards we win. So, for example, I've won that tier 3. We'll use it. And then at the end of the season, I'll give away every single reward that I've won, basically, to you guys that watch the the series. So yeah, that's how we're going to do it. Just because we're going to be able to win more rewards with the rewards we win. In that sense, we can kind of compound it that way. Mohammed said he's happy to be here. Mohammed, I'm very happy for you to be here, mate. Honestly, I really appreciate that. Just catching up on the chat. Charlie says, yeah, Magnus is edging towards fixture proof. Yeah, right now, mate, it is seeming that way, isn't it? Obviously, NEC aren't the strongest by any means, but yeah, he's just scoring ridiculously well in games I'm not really expecting him to. So yeah, no, I'm buzzing with him, and well, he's getting to the point now where his L5 his L15 is just too high for me to even use. But we'll take it. It's not a bad problem to have at all, is it? And yeah, just a couple of academy lineups. I just bought this guy for the international break, right? Because he scored 100 against Club Brugge, which was not expected. I bought him after the game went live, so I couldn't have even used him. Little Seb got an assist as well, which was annoying. My little Ecuadorian gem, which yeah was a bit annoying, but it is what it is. We're buzzing with what we should be winning Tuesday, and yeah, lads, I guess that sort of takes us into this stream's sort of motive, I guess, is building some lineups for this international break. Like I said, it is a very short one. We haven't got that much going on, so I can't imagine you guys have that many lineups to build, which is fine. We'll probably be done in an hour or so, hopefully, which will be nice. Johnny says, I threw my dudes into Cap 270 Limited and hit 465 points. Jesus, that's massive, Johnny. I guess you don't have maybe you don't have many other good scores in 270 for the monthly. That's what that sounds like. Bench press, what's going on, mate? My international week, I have like 7 players and no goalkeepers. Was looking at Scotland keeper, but Gunn is out. I'm between Kelly and Clark in goal for them. Oh, it's between. Excuse me. Risu, what's going on? Thank you for joining us. Some decent dude. That was just reading what Kerry said. Okay, so we've got some lineups to build then, lads. I think if you're a member, let me know if you are a member and you want your lineups to be built, put in the chat now your gallery name and let me know what lineups you'd like me to build for you. Name me your top 3 for now, and then if we got time to do more, we'll do more. So 3 divisions and your gallery name if you're a member, lads. And yeah, we'll get cracking. We'll get cracking into some lineups. I'm just trying to check. In the Discord, we normally... so Jonathan have said in the Discord, probably won't be able to join the stream, but can you do my under 23, 240, 270? That would be amazing. Yeah, of course. So we'll kick off with Jonathan's first. Mo has joined the Discord, which is great. And yeah, let's kick off with Jonathan's first then, because we have his ready to go. So we're going to go lineup builder. He wants us to do under 23 first. So we will do that. And then after this, we'll do whoever is next in line. Motades, what's going on, mate? Thank you for joining us. We're just building some international lineups. Yeah, not expecting to hit big at the long run. Came out with 465, Johnny says. Yeah, that's gutting, mate. That is gutting. Okay, let's build some lineups for Jonathan, and then whoever is next in line can obviously get cracking as well. So like I said, lads, if you're a member and you want your lineups to be seen to, just let me know in the chat, and we'll get going after I've done Jonathan's. And James has just become a unique member. James, you're my guy, but mate, that means a lot. I really do appreciate that, James. Yeah, genuinely means a massive amount, mate. Honestly, you can't even imagine. Yeah, I don't know if James will definitely have a couple of lineups for us to build. I think this midweek, won't you, James? So yeah, let me know. I think I know your gallery name, to be fair, mate. But yeah, let me know what lineups you'd like me to build if you would like me to do so, and we'll get cracking into that as well after we've got down the list. But just looking at Jonathan stuff here, so I'm thinking Mamadashvili feels like the obvious choice. Scotland game won't be easy, but I don't fancy Karl Hein at home to Austria. In defence, it's either Milos Kerkez, who plays... he plays for Hungary away to Bulgaria. Feels like a decent matchup. Dedic away to Luxembourg. And we know Luxembourg are actually quite sneaky, to be honest. Thank you, Mohammed, for letting us know your lineups, and we'll get that cracking in a minute. Dedic or Kerkez is the contemplation here. I mean, the opposition score is leaning towards Kerkez and the clean sheet probability. So, but has Kerkez actually started for Hungary over these last couple of games. So he played 45, played 90, but obviously didn't really score. Well, hasn't scored well in a long time, actually. I don't know if I can trust that, really. But then down here, he scored a little bit better for Hungary. That was a little while ago, though. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I think I'd probably go Dedic. I think he's a little bit safer. It's a tougher matchup, but I just don't know if it's worth the risk with Kirkes. He hasn't really been scoring that well. Kulusevski definitely goes up front for me. Probably captain material, I would say. Leandro Barreiro is probably... I mean, he's not fixture proof, but he can get some big AA in, any sort of game. You see here against Slovakia and Iceland. Obviously got an assist in that one, but 28 AA. I just worry that somebody like Gloch doesn't really have the capabilities of getting that 20 to 30 AA. Noxie said Kirkes might not play. Yeah, I'm not going to risk Kirkes. Mohammed said, yeah, that is hit or miss, but safer bet. Yeah, he's kind of the only option, I think, there for us. Enzo, like, if he plays, obviously Enzo is always, not a bad player to have. The lineups are out, so they got Enzo down at 90%. Interesting. Honestly, Uruguay lads are a sneaky, sneaky team. I watched them play against Brazil, and they're flipping good. Bielsa's got them playing very, very good football right now. And I'm not saying Argentina won't win that game, and I'm not even saying Enzo won't score well. I think he will score reasonably well. But I still fancy Barreiro. I might even play both. I think Barreiro and Enzo is probably the play, I would say. I know Jonathan, well, if you don't know, Jonathan's Israeli, and obviously he's going to he's going to want to play Gloch, I know he is, but I don't think that's really the most optimal choice. I would go something like that. Kulusevski's got the best matchup by far, even though it's away from home. I'd probably tend to go for something like that. It's a decent team, actually. It's not a terrible team at all. I think Jonathan wanted 240 next and then 270. Yeah, 240 next. Okay, let's get into some 240 business. Let's get into some 240 business. So we've got Karl-Hein, Jan Sommer, Xander Clark. Okay, so Xander could be playing against Georgia, I'm guessing. We don't have... I just want to have a look at this a minute. Is Costa down to start? Oh, Costa's at 60%. They might give Rio Patricio a run out. Okay. Interesting. What was I getting at? Get rid of Barreiro. In goals, yeah. Xander 48. Karl-Heinz at 22. And then we've got Jan Sommer. Is Sommer going to start? I don't know if he was fit the last time they had internationals. Maybe he was. Yeah, he was. Okay, he played 90. Okay, I think Sommer's probably the play here. Away to Israel again. I know Jonathan's not going to be too happy with that, but I think it might have to be the play. What is Cancelo's down at 95%? Wow. It's hard not to play Cancelo, but obviously he's a 66 L15, and that is probably too high, I think. So Nico Elvedi, it could be a little... Could we do a little Swiss stack, potentially? Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so Elvedi is 50-50 with Shah. Oh, Sommer's 50-50 as well. Jesus. Do we really want to be taking that risk with 240? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, so if we don't go Sommer, do we go Xander Clark? Again, is that even a given in that sense? We don't have any predicted lineups for the Scotland game yet, so it's quite hard to say. But I mean, Sorare Data seem to think that he's pretty nailed. Everyone seems to think Xander Clark, so we'll go with Xander Clark for now then. And then in defense, is Rodriguez down? Ricardo Rodriguez is down at 60%. Okay. We don't love that. Chanot is always a starter for Luxembourg, I think, isn't he? So he could be a bit of a lock there, I would say. Gun is out, yeah. Okay, we don't have... That's fine. Just going off what we think we kind of know in that sense. It's not going to be easy to predict, but... is... It must be jarring watching me click Luxembourg, Switzerland every time, but Remo Freuler's down at 90%, so I am quite inclined to go with him at 53. Will the Israel game definitely be played? They played last night, Michael, so I'm assuming that, they'll be playing against Switzerland. I don't know that for sure, but I can't see why they wouldn't. We've got Juna Ito, which could be a play, but that leaves us with 30 points. I mean, if we fancy Milos to play, I mean, even if he gets off the bench, he's only cost us 29 points. So, I kind of don't mind that in a weird way. I don't know if we have the capabilities to do anything else, unless we obviously take away Ito and go with somebody cheaper, which we can definitely do, I think. Well, can we? Can we do that? Not really, actually. Could go Zahavi. This guy is playing against Luxembourg. I guess he is pretty nailed, I assume. Let's see if we can fit him in. Let's see if we can fit him in. There's a chance that the match will be cancelled. The Hungary game. Interesting. Glad you've shared that information with us, mate. I do really appreciate it. Yeah, 32 points doesn't really leave us with too much, does it? Can we go with somebody cheaper in midfield? Could go with Gloch. Could even go with Kinder, but if we do that, it leaves us with 36 points. Again, I still don't think that is going to really cut it, is it? Yeah, it's leaving us a bit short, it is here. We might have to just risk Kirkes, but this could be tough to... I don't know. This is not easy, actually. We're not really left with... We're not blessed with a... And if we play Davidashvili, he's playing against Xander Clark, which isn't a great combo, is it? All our forwards are quite high as far as L15s go. We could go Thorgenson. This leaves us with 42 points. What can we do with 42? Again, probably. Well, we could go Eli Dassa. Could do that. That kind of does it. I think that's kind of the best we could do, I'd say there. And then 270 could probably be half decent, I think, as long as the goalkeeper plays. That's the problem, guessing the goalkeeper. So you got... I mean, Karl Haynes definitely going to play. It's just... Yeah. Maybe we do this. I'm scrapping this. I'm going to use Zanden 270. Karl Haynes here. This leaves us with a little bit more room now, so we can kind of go quite big here and try and smash this out of the park. Could go Remo. Yeah, so this leaves us with 56. This is... I don't... Yeah, I just kind of prefer to do this over the other sort of strategy in that sense, because then we kind of know we've got two goalkeepers that are playing, definitely. I know Karl Haynes under threat of, keep conceding a couple of goals, which is not great. Obviously, you've obviously got to want him to not do so. But yeah, I'm kind of not minding something like this. And then if we play, we'll save him for the... What have we got? 56 left. We could go Zahavi. He has two Zahavis. Morata for Ito this weekend. Probably. I'd say Ito. I don't know. They're both on fire, to be fair. I honestly couldn't pick. That's really hard. Honestly, a really tough pick. Very hard to pick between those two. I guess we could... I mean, we've got to fancy Israel to have a go, don't we? But you don't really want to play two forwards in here if we can help it. But you know what? I'm going to do this. Yeah, that is more like it. We're going to go two forwards, and then 270 is going to... We'll put the Israel boys in here because, they are up against it. It's not going to be an easy game, but you know what? Why can't they go out and get a result? Cancelo. This still might be quite tough. And then we got 51 points. What can we do with 51 points, lads? Probably a little bit, right? We could go Ricardo Rodriguez. We could go Thorgensen. We could go Gadi Kinder. I think. I don't know. It's tough, isn't it? Because if you play Ricardo Rodriguez, you kind of don't want him to concede, right? Maybe something like that. Like, it's not the best team in the world, but it's definitely decent. That would be my lineups for you, Jonathan. I'm just going to take a little screenshot of that, mate, so I can just give that to you at some point in the Discord. Okay, next up, we're going to do BitHorse, because I know BitHorse is waiting nice and patiently for us. BitHorse, what's going on, mate? I know you said in the Discord what you wanted. You wanted Cap 240 limited and rare, please. Okay, perfect. Let's just get those done then for you. Hope you're doing well, mate. Sorry, I'm just closing a few bits. Okay. Cap 240. So no goalkeeper. So Dalot looks like our only defender. Marchis is our only forward. And I guess it's just a toss-up between midfielders then, realistically, right? How is Benez scoring? Let's have a look at his. I mean, Shaqiri, it's hard to not want to play Shaqiri. It might be very hard not to play Lima as well, actually. Lima seems to do okay for Austria. I wouldn't say incredible, but he seems to play okay. Are Austria through? Because that might... yeah, they look through. Switzerland through? Not really. Okay, so a little bit more to play for then on the... I think we might have to play this guy. Slovakia. Seems to play one though and not play the other. I'm going to play Big Shaq, definitely. And then for the next position... I mean, Forsberg could be a play, you know. Is Forsberg on to start for the... Oh, we don't know, do we? Japan are on fire, but no Hatate, Maeda, or Kyogo. I'm not backing them. Yeah, don't blame you. Don't blame you, Johnny. So you got Benez. We've got Forsberg, got Conrad Lima. I don't think Lima's the play just because he is like matchup-wise, but I don't think Austria play all their boys because why they don't really need to. Forsberg and Sweden, on the other hand, I think kind of need to. And then Benez, who's at home, to Iceland. I don't know. I think I'm just going to go Forsberg. Obviously, we're not using the cap as far as... but that's... I mean... And I guess the captain's probably the most important. Ooh, this is a tough one. Let me check how Forsberg's been doing when he's played for Sweden. I know he's not in great form. He played 45, came off. He only played one game then. 17 AA. Yeah, if he gets it decisive, man, he's cooking a little bit, isn't he? Have a good one. Kerry, what's going on, mate? I know you just said you need to go back to work. I appreciate you popping in. Tough, I know, with 4 players. Yeah, it's not easy, BitHorse. But, you know, if you get your captain to pop off massively, you're up, you know, you are in with a chance. So it's just kind of nailing down who this captain choice is going to be. Sweden, are Sweden out of it? I guess they got, I guess they are, right? Sweden could be dead and buried there, no? 1 game in hand over Austria and Belgium. They're 6 points away if they win their... I assume they're out. Can anyone let me know? I'm sure Belgium and Austria have gone through there, right? Or maybe they haven't. I don't know. How many games left have Sweden got? I mean, this will tell us now. So they got 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah, Sweden are out. Aren't they? That's not to say he won't play, but Sweden are actually out. So, okay. Kind of changes things a little bit. Is Slovakia out? Okay. How many games left here? 2 games left. I guess they're not actually qualified. Yeah, they're going to need to win this. You know what? I'm going to go with this guy. I'm going to go with Benez or Benz. And I think Big Shaq's the captain, if I'm being honest. I think Big Shaq's the captain, lads. Okay, in 240, it's got to be Carl Heinen in goals. Gabriel at left centre half probably seems like the play. Granit, Martinelli. I mean, this is not. Yeah. I mean, we've only got. Am I right in saying these are your only players that have fixtures? Unless we're missing a couple, are we? Bitholes, is anyone else going to play that you... Well, that aren't like counted here? If that makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't show on SRD, but I'm just looking through the players. I don't think anyone else has a fixture, do they? So I guess that has to be our lineup. I mean, it's probably a Xhaka. Not really much happened there. That's fine, Bitholes. That's fine. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I guess getting the captains right. I would say Xhaka's probably your captain, your best captain bet there. But yeah, obviously up against it. Do not expect the cap in limited. I would say it might happen in rare. Like if Shaqiri scores 100, you're in with a chance. Is what I would say. Okay, I'm just reading up just to get back to some of the lineups we need to build from you guys in the chat. Dave Richards, sorry I missed your message earlier, mate. I'm just looking up now. Afternoon, Harry. If you can get a chance, can you please have a look at my Cap 240 and then Cap 270 limited lineups for this week? Die Rich will catch up with the stream later. Yeah, no worries, Die. I will get on that right now. I don't want to be too long. I know there's a Sorare data live stream happening in the next, well, already happening basically. So yeah, don't want to be on here too long basically, because I know a lot of you guys will probably want to watch that as well. So we'll get cracking. So 240 rare. Is there a 240 rare? I'm guessing it's 240 limited, right? No worries, Bitholes at all. Okay, 240. Sorry, I'm just... Yeah, 240 and 270. Okay, Liam Kelly. Okay, so only one of these are going to play. So Pedro Galise, little Greg Taylor, Molina could be a decent shout. Fabian Shah. Akanji's probably the play there, though, I would say, but his cap might be too high. Let's have a look. Akanji's at 70%. I would like to play Akanji, but I don't know if we can afford to. Maybe we can. Ruben Vargas is down. Ooh, that's a really nice little play. We'll definitely have Ruben Vargas in there. I think he could do pretty well. Keeps the cap nice and low. Morata probably has to play here. Well, that's the problem. We might not be able to afford him. Yeah, this is the issue with this one. Okay, Akanji might have to get bombed. Might have to go Molina, to be honest. Molina always seems to do well. I'm sure you'll... Yeah, he's at 90. We'll probably have to go Molina right back. Right back in defence. Leaves us with 39 points. That's still not an incredible amount, is it? Endo would have been nice. That's frustrating. What have we got? 40 points. 39. Ruben Vargas. Endo. Yeah, this is what we want to do. Is there anything we can do here in defense? Is there anyone cheaper than Ito? Darwin. But then he's playing away to... Yeah, that's going to be tough. 50 points for the defender. That is so annoying, by the way. So annoying. Greg Taylor, 52. Galise is basically our only keeper, right? So, can't really do too much about that. Kind of stuck here with what to do, really, because unless there's another midfielder that's very cheap, and I'm talking like... Yeah, there's not, is there? Not much we can do here. I guess we could change the forward, but a little bit. I don't think we can do... We can't come down too much. I mean, I guess we kind of have to do that. We have to do this then. This is it, lads. An Endo. Probably captain. Ooh, this is tough. I mean, if we fancy Endo to play... he could be the play because he'll just mop up. But Ruben Vargas also has a good fixture and is capable of DAs. What is his... Yeah, he's not incredible, but definitely can get him. I'd say Endo's probably the better pick, though. I don't love the Darwin pick, but we're forced to do it, lads. There's no alternative actually. Okay, who are our biggest sort of hits here? So Akanji 64. Who have we got? McGinn away to Georgia. I mean, this. I'll be honest, it's a throwaway 270 at the end of the day. Like, there's only so much this is going to be able to do with 4 men, just because obviously Liam Kelly won't play. I'd probably captain Ito and die. That'd be probably my lineup for you, mate. Not really too much we can do. We're limited with the forward options we have. Jordan, what's going on, mate? Just realised you popped into the stream as well, Jordan. Hope you're doing well. And then we did have, obviously James became a member, but so did Mohammed. And it's going to be Mohammed's turn for the lineup building. So let's get into it. Lineup builder, and he wants All-Star, Cap 240, Cap 270. Okay, let's go. Come on then, let's do it. Ooh, Matt Ryan seems like a nice cheeky pick there. Mamardashvili doesn't seem like the best of picks. Dubravka seems even better. Or does it? No, I'd probably say Matt Ryan does, even though we can't see clean sheet probabilities. David Alaba could be a play. Carvajal's definitely a decent shout. Is Alaba down to start? Would be my first. He's not even Austrian, is he? He's from. He's not Austrian. He is Austrian. He's not Swiss. Okay, we don't have Austrian lineups. I can't see why Alaba wouldn't play unless obviously they're through. I'd probably say Carvajal. Ooh, big Federico Valverde. Okay. Jackson Irvin. I mean, it's hard to say. I'm no Australia expert, so it's hard to say if these guys are going to play. But this guy played in the World Cup every game. Been on good form. It feels like he's probably the next player, isn't he? In that really nice matchup against Bangladesh. I'd probably say that's the play. And then up front, we've got Asano. Is Asano down to start for? That's the thing. It's going to be hard to say. Obviously, Vinny and Rodrigo probably then become... If you fancy Brazil to do well, then that's probably the play there. If you want to go those two. I don't fancy Bruno, to be honest. Is there a better... Is there a better play than... I think Alaba could be a play. Something like that. Probably captain Alaba. I'm not in love with that lineup, but I'm definitely... That would be my first iteration of it. Let's see what we can do with Cap 240 first. So you got Viselev, Dubravka, and Mamardashvili. I mean, just because the low cap would probably have to be... would have to be the play there. In defense, Shah, and then we've got the Icelandic boy who seems to play every game for them, and yeah, he scores pretty well. Let's throw him in defense then. In midfield, we could go... Who have we got up front first? Rodrigo's nice and low. I fancy Rodrigo to probably be the play there. And then we've got 96 L15 points left. We're not blessed with options by here. Obviously Federico, Bruno. I fancy Bruno a little bit more than I do Federico Valverde. 39 points to fit in our extra player. Thing is, I don't know if this Jens fella's gonna start. I know he's played 45 last game. Yeah, to be fair, he seems to get a little run out. Do we have? Yeah, we don't have. That's the thing. We don't have Swedish. We We don't have Swedish probabilities, but this would probably be what I would go with. It's hard because they're all away from home. Like, very, very tough to pick a captain there, to be honest. Mohammed said Metcalfe would start, to be honest. Okay. He's 43, though, so okay. Well, let's play him then in there. Leaves us with 53 points for our extra player. Doesn't really put us in that much of a better position, to be honest, I wouldn't say. Like, I don't know if this is much better. I really don't. Because, like, we're not able to get somebody in that's around 53 points. If we had 57, obviously we go for Guimaraes, but we don't have that right now. So, yeah, I'm not too in love with this as a build. I prefer to do the Bruno one and do that. That would be my suggestion. I mean, you iterate that how you will type of thing, but this would probably be what I would do. Dubravka in here, and then I mean, we're kind of forced to go Shah here, aren't we? As long as, well, you know, hopefully he plays. Put a little Connor Metcalfe in there. Up front, I mean, Joselu is the Spain lineup out. Joselu off the bench. You might have to, you either go Joselu off the bench. Well, this guy seems like he's going to play, but whether he... Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. Started for Paraguay. Hasn't played for a while, though. I would just hope for a Joselu goal off the bench here. Unless you think Asano's going to play. If you know Asano's going to play, then I'd... Excuse me, I would play him. Did he play the last game for Japan? Let's have a look. Let's have a look what Asano's up to. Yeah, okay. They're friendlies, but he's starting. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go Asano. We're going to go Asano. That leaves us with 60 points. I'm inclined to go Federico Valverde and just hope he gets some really good AA. I would do that. Obviously, it's not going to come up as a good lineup build just because of, like, he's predicted to not start and so is he. I'd probably captain Asano in their fixture, you know, hoping that he plays. And that would probably be my little build for you, mate. That would be what I would go with, Mohammed. Obviously, All-Star Limited being the priority, then obviously into cap 240 and then 270. So, yeah, I'd fancy that team to get the cap, honestly. A lot of away fixtures, but I think that would scrape the 280. The All-Star Limited is quite cheeky, to be honest. If Brazil turn up, Austria, you know, you fancy the clean sheet at home to Bangladesh, and then it's, you know, does Carvajal just absolutely smash is basically the worry or what you want. And then, yeah, 270 is interesting as well. A lot more home fixtures. And then, obviously, the Valverde against Messi would be a tough one. But, you know, I still fancy him to do pretty well AA-wise. Uruguay are a really good team, lads. Like, really, really good. So, yeah, definitely keep an eye out for them. Lads, is there anyone else in the chat that wants their lineups looked at? Jordan, have you got any lineups that you would like me to have a look at? Let me know in the chat, lads. Anyone else who's a member? But, yeah, massively appreciate James and Mohammed becoming members today. That honestly means a lot to me. And yeah, I'm just trying to see now. It doesn't look like anyone else in here has said they want their lineups to have a look at. But yeah, if you are a member and you're still here, let me know in the chat if you want your lineups seen too, and we will get into that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go over and build my... I think I have a singular lineup, and that is going to be a under 23 rare lineup. No team this week for James. You fancy giving the game week a go after that? Just All-Star Red Plus if you call. Yeah, I'll have a look at that now, James, to be fair. I'll do them on Thursday as well. But we'll definitely have a look now. Why not? Why not? Hard to say, obviously, with team news and stuff, isn't it? But congrats on the tier 2 from this weekend. So we've got game week 2. It should be this one, right? And then you want All-Star Red Plus. Thank you for your help, Harry. No worries, Mohammed. No worries at all, mate. Pleasure. And honestly, just means a lot. Yeah, adding you to the members. I think we've got a quarter of a century worth of members right now, lads, which is really, really nice considering we only kicked things off last week. As far as the member section things, and yeah, we've grown massively already. So I'm honestly forever grateful for that, lads. Okay, Alisson in goal. I mean, Konate's injured, right, James? So I don't know how that's gonna look for you. I'm guessing you're gonna have players hidden potentially. Like, do we have players that don't have a game showing up? If that makes sense. O'Reilly, Salah, Hakimi, Trent. England don't play, do they, on the weekend? That's interesting. I think it's the game week after this one. Sorry. Got you. Okay. Oh, you mean like non-international game weeks, if that makes sense. Like back to club football. I mean, we'll try it. It's not going to be too easy, but on first glance, I mean, it'd have to be Hart in goals just off clean sheet probabilities there. I'd say if Hakimi's back from suspension, that could be the player right back. Kim Min-jae. Got some decent cards, James, by the way. Mazraoui, Carter Vickers. You probably want to do the stack, when you realistically of the Celtic boys, and then obviously play a couple of super rares elsewhere. So I'd probably go something like Carter Vickers there. You got Gallagher. I mean, yeah, probably Kalmak in here. Ooh, Eberechi Eze could be an interesting shout, but I still think you've probably got to play McGregor. Have you got a super rare forward in here? No, you don't. Okay, that's not the end of the world, but if we know that Coman's playing, I know that's not always. Oh, no worries. It's two. I got it wrong again. My bad. 425. Boom. We're back. Sorry, James. I was doing your non-international ones then. Okay, we got Ryan. Obviously, Donnarumma in goal. Very nice little pick. Ooh, big Kim Min-jae. That's an interesting one. Away to China. Ooh, I don't mind that at all, you know. Starfelt. Okay. Conor Gallagher. I mean, yeah, you probably got to go. Ooh, Declan Rice has to play. I'd probably play. Yeah, I'm probably going. Ooh, Doku. Yeah, this is annoying. You got to go All-Star Rare here for me. It's got to be All-Star Rare. The Super Rares aren't, like, you're just not wasting them, but, like, I just don't see the point in. Like, you're better off just going super hard here, because you got some unbelievable rare cards with all crazy home fixtures. Kim Min-jae is probably just going to pass his way to 1,000 points. And then I'd probably go with... England have the double fixture of Macedonia and Malta, so I was tempted to use Trent. I mean, yeah, if that is the case, they have the double, then yeah, you probably would go Trent. I didn't realise they had the double. Foden as well. You probably... Like, does Coman play for France? Probably. It's either Coman or Foden, isn't it? To be honest. I can't see anything outside of that really tickling our fancy here, really, is there? I mean, it doesn't matter. I think going the three England boys kind of there's a nice little correlation. I'd probably still captain Doku though at home to Azerbaijan. Just let him rip it off. Or I mean, it's probably easier captaining one of the England boys just because you have two goes at it, don't you? So I'd probably captain Rice. I can't see how he's going to start one at least, isn't he? If not two. Even though he's not the most decisive capable, but against Malta, I mean, come on. Not many better games. So, fixture-wise, okay, so they all have double fixtures, do they? Well, not all, but maybe Doku doesn't. Donnarumma play Ukraine as well. So, yeah, man, this team could do some serious damage, I would say, James, honestly. Like, really, really good lineup. I'm just checking the chat. Yeah, nobody's updated us on any lineup build. So, yeah, James, that would probably be what I'd go with All-Star Rare-wise. Yeah, it's a filthy lineup, to be fair. Obviously, most of them got double fixtures as well, so you're laughing, aren't you, really? But yeah, Coman's a play as well. If we can find out the information about like if he's going to play for France, I would be tempted to play him over a Foden. To be honest, just because, yeah, they're playing Gibraltar, aren't they? Like, not that England aren't playing Malta, but you get the point. So, yeah, all ridiculous fixtures. Easier when this sort of game week comes around, we get a bit more notice as far as teams go and lineups and whatever. But yeah, that's looking tasty, mate. I'm gonna end the stream there though, lads. I'm going to go watch the Sorare Data Strategy Show, or whatever's left of it. I'm sure you'll be popping in as well at some point into that. But yeah, we'll be back on Thursday for the weekend builds, to build some lineups for this weekend. There's a lot more fixtures this weekend, so looking forward to that. Mohammed, James, honestly, massively appreciate you becoming members. Honestly, it means a ridiculous amount. You don't understand. So yeah, appreciate it all, lads. Hope you've had a good night or good evening, and yeah, catch you on Thursday.